she's like, oh, I don't have any power. And she looks into the code herself and finds that citizens don't need to pay an income tax. So she was put on trial, and she wasn't given much of a trial at all, and she was sentenced to 4 years. So if people like this can come to their own conclusions and agree with the tax protesters, even though there are faulty arguments, I believe, that you know, the income tax is illegal or the 16th Amendment wasn't ratified or anything like that. Well, in my eyes, it doesn't matter if it was ratified or not, because all it did was clarify. So anyway, you check out the arguments yourself. There are a lot of arguments. There are a lot of reasons why people believe that there's no income tax imposed on a U.S. citizen. And there are a lot of cases that have been won by citizens. The point is, don't get caught up on the wrong argument. And there's a lot more than what I've just said. And but the point is, it goes back and forth. You know, you're going from one part of the code to another part of the code. I'm referencing this, I'm going over here. And that's why it took me 5 days to figure this part out. Withholding, I know we don't have to be withheld from now. But even then, I'm more than certain that a U.S. citizen doesn't need to pay an income tax. And I'm going to inform you on the events that happen with me, because I'm gonna not I'm gonna resign the W-4 somehow. I'm gonna sign a statement, you know, basically make my own, because there is no form for it. But I'm gonna basically give the IRS a statement saying that I will not voluntarily pay into the income tax anymore, and I expect no withholding, and that's it. That's what I'm going to say. And what I expect to happen is either A, they're going to be like, well, yeah, you do, or B, they're going to give me a refund for what I've paid from January, you know, the beginning of this month till now. It's basically that simple. I mean, either I'm going to be withheld from and continually, and my employer will not agree with it. But, I mean, it's not just this simple of a statement. You know, I want to sign, I want to say that I don't want to be withheld from, and the income tax doesn't apply to me, because I'm going to cite all my sources, all of the references I have here, plus more. And I also expect to not be paying into Social Security. Now, Medicare is a different story. I'm not sure about that yet. But Social Security, well, technically Medicare is also a direct tax at the way it's applied right now. So I will probably be getting out of that as well. But Social Security is definitely voluntary, whether you believe that or not. I don't have the backup here with me, but Social Security, in the first place, you applied for that number when you first got it. You applied for a number, and then you got into the system. But Social Security is a benefit. It's, what do you call it? An entitlement program. When that would definitely be unconstitutional, because it's, well, I mean, it's a tax. It's used as a tax, but it's spelled out directly, and it should be, again, apportioned to the different states. So I'm going to look into this some more. I'm going to write up a big argument. I don't know how many different arguments I've had. We have 5 minutes left? Wow, that time flew. So I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated, and that's how I'm going to roll with the punches right here. So what else was going on? Just check out those 2 websites. Yeah, contact me. Check out the 2 websites, law.cornell.edu and whichever. What were they? I totally forget. Whatever. But as usual, information is a currency of democracy. This is definite information. Now, if I can break this mold down, if I can break this barrier and show you that the government isn't always, it's not benevolent, okay? The government is force. It's really that simple. What was it? Government is force, and the people, if you listen to people, they're your source of freedom, because knowledge is power. You know what I mean? And boy, do they have knowledge. That government, boy, they know what's going on. Now, if you knew what was going on, you'd be okay. Information is a currency of democracy, and this is it. This is provable logic, and all of the laws are what is enforced, and it's not. You got to look it up for yourself. You just got to learn. That's all it is. So thanks a lot, and hope to see you again and watch the show. And yeah, hope you learned something. Take it easy.